Hello, 6th grade students. This is Mrs. Miller, and the purpose of this video is to learn about character traits. I'm going to introduce you to character traits. I am on page 194 in the textbook, or if you're working from home, you can go to the online textbook and print this page off, or you can just go to our online classroom, and I have the pages already saved right there on the page on our online classroom for you. So let's begin. This is part 2 of our text analysis workshop for Unit 2. It says, when you meet someone, you form an impression based on certain clues, such as how the person looks, talks, or acts. Okay, I'm going to pause there, and I want you to think about the first day that you came to Gavit. And I want you to think about your homeroom teacher. What did you think about your homeroom teacher right off the bat? You can think about how your teacher looked, how he or she talked, and how he or she acted. And I'm willing to bet that based on those things, you formed an impression that your homeroom teacher was going to be nice and fair, and that you started to feel more comfortable here at Gavit. Please push pause on the video and turn and talk to the people at your table, or if you're working from home, you can talk with a sibling or your parents about your impression of your homeroom teacher. Let's continue on. Similar clues can help you get to know characters in literature. By noticing important details, you can infer a character's traits or qualities, like shyness or friendliness. So a character's traits, another word for traits is qualities, and here are 2 examples of a character's traits. I like to say those are also words that describe the character's personality. So shy, friendly, those are qualities or words that could describe their personality, and we are able to figure those out in literature based on certain things. These traits can be seen in a character's behavior throughout a story in the way he or she responds or changes as the plot moves toward a resolution. Writers use 4 methods to develop their characters. Use the questions and examples shown to help you understand one superhero's personality. So right here, my friends, I see methods of characterization. And these are simply things that an author uses to show us the character traits or the qualities of a character. So I'm just going to read each of the methods of characterization. The first one is characters' physical appearance or how they look. The second one is characters' thoughts, speech, and actions. The third is other characters' reactions to the character. And the fourth is narrators' direct comments. So let's go through. These are already in red. I'm going to go ahead and highlight them again so I know that these are my 4 methods of characterization. Now let's study each one in depth. Character's physical appearance. A character's look can influence your first impression of him or her. Ask, what does the character look like? What facial expressions or gestures does he or she make? I want you to think of me, Mrs. Miller, and I want you to think about the way that I dress when I come to work each day, and think about my appearance and the gestures that I make, the facial expressions that I make. And based on that, what are some words that you think describe me? Please push pause and turn and talk to the people at your table. Okay, using the same character from the first part of our text analysis workshop, Dynamite, let's read an example. Sparks of fire sizzled in Dynamite's hair whenever he was getting ready to show off. He smiled confidently and flexed his muscles for the crowd. So I'm looking at how he looks. There's sparks of fire sizzling from his hair, and he smiles, and he flexes his muscles. Those words right there, that helps me understand that he is very confident. And another word that comes to mind for me is cocky. Somebody who's always flexing their muscles and he's smiling confidently. He's pretty cocky. He's pretty he's pretty aware of himself and how he looks and what his skills and abilities are. Let's look at the second method of characterization, characters' thoughts, speech, and actions. A character's own words and actions can reflect his or her personality. Ask, does the character speak in a dialect that reflects the community in which he or she lives? What kinds of things worry him or her? How does he or she act toward others? Again, I want you to think about me, Mrs. Miller, and I want you to think about the way that I speak, some of the phrases that I use, and the things that I get worried about, and how I act toward others. Based on these three things, you should be able to tell something. You should be able to tell some of my traits or my qualities. Let's look at Dynamite. Dynamite forgot about his day off when he realized how important he was to the city. This is what happens when you're the only one capable of saving the world, he boasted as he prepared to show off some more. So, I see that he says he's the only one, and it's in italics. He's the only one capable, so he puts emphasis on that. So again, that shows that he's cocky and proud. He's boasting about something. He forgets about his day off. So that helps me understand that he's not selfish because he's willing to forget about his day off. But he's confident. I see that he's confident. He's self-assured. Self-assured means that he knows what his skills and abilities are, and he is going to do what he needs to do. Okay? The next method of characterization is other characters' reactions. The words or actions of other characters can tell you about a character. Ask, how do others treat the character? What do they say about him or her? So in real life, again, thinking about Mrs. Miller, I want you to think about the way that you've seen other teachers and other adults treat Mrs. Miller. What do they say about me? How do they treat me? What do they do to me? How do they talk to me? That should help you understand my character traits or my qualities. Shock Blaster cringed in fear as he saw Dynamite speeding toward him. I must escape. I'll never win a battle against him. Okay, so Shock Blaster cringed in fear. I can see that Shock Blaster is afraid of Dynamite because he cringed in fear, and he's trying to get away. He's trying to escape. So that helps me understand Dynamite's character traits even more. That's going along with my traits here that I said he's confident, he's cocky, he's self-assured in his abilities, and the way that Shock Blaster is responding to him lets me know that that is indeed the case. The last method of characterization is narrator's direct comments. The narrator may directly tell you about a character's personality. Ask, what qualities does the narrator say the character has? Does the narrator admire the character? So based on what the narrator is saying, based on the word choice that the narrator is using, then we are able to know some more qualities about the character. Dynamite's talent and skill made up for his bad attitude. He made saving the world look so easy. Okay, so I can see here that the narrator agrees that he's, kind of cocky, he has a bad attitude, but the narrator admires Dynamite because he uses the word talent and skill, and he makes saving the world look so easy. Okay, now that we've gone over page 194, your assignment is to complete the note-taking page. We will be going over the answers to the note-taking page together in reading class. So please make sure you come to class tomorrow and this assignment is complete.